Dobar dan i dobrodošli u još jedan SoMoCast, podcast ususret SoMoborcu koji se održava 17.11. u Tvornici kulture u Zagrebu. Danas imamo posebnog gosta iz Spotify, što me čini posebno sretnim i zadovoljnim. Osman Hosan, Spotify Director of Europe, Middle East and Africa, Partner Sales London. Osman, good morning. Welcome to SoMoCast. How is in London?
London is rainy, as you can imagine. So we had a great summer, but the winter is back, I can say. But so far, so good. It's going well.
I thought that London is having an Indian summer as everybody else in Europe.
No, not London, unfortunately.
Okay, London is London. Today we will discuss about Spotify. I'm a big fan of Spotify. I've been using Spotify for years. But we will discuss not only about advertising, but a little bit about business, about podcasts, about music, about everything that is happening in Spotify. I think our listeners are really interested in more about Spotify that they can hear every day here in newspapers or media in Croatia. So I have some questions ready for you. And I would like to know more about business side. So can you provide an overview of Spotify's business model, including how it generates revenue and primary sources of income?
Of course. So Spotify is a two-sided marketplace where artists and music fans engage. It currently plays within two major customer revenue segments. The first one is premium membership. So this is where users pay for a premium subscription that offers features like ad-free listening, offline downloads, higher audio quality, unlimited skips, and ability to select specific songs. The second one, where I also work at, is advertising revenue generated through freemium subscriptions and other content partnerships. So this dual tier approach allows to attract a broad user base with a free offering while generating consistent revenue from premium subscribers.
Mm-hmm. But could you explain the key differences between premium and freemium offerings and how they contribute to overall strategy of Spotify?
Of course. So for premium subscription, the key difference include ad-free listening, offline downloads, higher audio quality, unlimited skips, and the ability to select specific songs. So the freemium model is supported by advertisers. So we provide music listening for free with the help of our advertisers, actually. So basically advertisements are played in between songs while users are listening music. So these are inserted at intervals. That means that you don't expose to an advertising in the middle of the song or in the middle of a content. So there are typical natural breaks in the playlist or in between songs. So it can be either audio, video, or displays as the other platforms can provide.
Yeah. It seems that model is becoming a dominant model in streaming industry as a whole, in my opinion.
Exactly. So we see other players who offered premium subscription before, like Netflix, now offering advertising option, and Spotify started from the beginning as it is. So we had a very unique model. At the moment, other platforms are following similar paths as well.
Yeah. User engagement is crucial in the streaming industry. What strategies does Spotify employ to attract and retain users?
So user engagement is at the heart of what we do, really. So we foster a culture of creativity and innovation within our company. So we always try to improve our user experience. So we offer personalized playlists, recommendations, content creations to keep the users engaged. Because our users are 100% login all the time. So there's no use case of you go to Spotify and just start listening to music. You have to log in as a member. Either you are free or premium, then start the experience. So this allows us to gather very valuable data points, to understand our users' behaviors and preferences. So this also helps us to measure their user satisfaction and loyalty.
The other day I was joking with a friend of mine that if I really want to know something about somebody, I should just see his Spotify.
Exactly. In the past, we had marketing campaigns about that as well. For example, if you can't say a word, you can send a song that shows your feeling, your expression, and everything. And that's true. When we do research globally, your Spotify profile really tells who you are.
Absolutely. So I even think that some people are really ashamed to show you their profiles because they tell so much about them.
So we call them as guilty pleasures, actually. And we had a campaign about this as well. So everyone has their guilty pleasures. The song that you listen when you are alone and nobody want to know because it's not cool according to people, but also that is show who you are.
Yeah, very good insight, actually.
Yes, because I want to give an example from advertising side. Like in the past, I'm with Spotify for 10 years now. So I had the chance to see the nearly whole journey. And in the past, advertisers came into us, for example, real estate. They were saying that we want to target people who listens to classical music. So they were under the impression that if you are listening to classical music, you are rich and you will buy a home. So it's not the case at all. Like everyone
Absolutely.
can listen anything in different occasions. So music is much more about what you are doing. So that's a very important point for advertisers.
You mean much connected more to occasions than to your lifestyle, or?
Yes.
That's
Most of the time, if we generalize this, occasion is key than lifestyle, and when you listen to music and how you listen to music.
That's very interesting. Let's stay with advertising a little bit more. I mean, this is mostly advertising audience listening to this, and advertising is really significant for Spotify's free tier. Can you discuss your advertising strategy a bit?
Of course. So advertising becoming the core of Spotify's main strategy. It wasn't the case maybe 7-8 years ago, but as long as our free tier is growing, we are expanding globally to nearly all countries in the world. Reaching the people via free tier becomes very important. So advertising help us to improve and grow our free tier as well. So that's why we are heavily investing in our advertising products. So the core of it is delivering tailored, non-intrusive ads to the free tiers users between the songs. The ads are strategically placed during natural breaks and playlists, which is designed to be immersive. So we have 3 main products: audio, video, and display. But more importantly, as we discussed earlier, having the ability to reach by advertisers to the users on the right occasion with the right message becomes the key, because we collect data points from our users. All users have to log in Spotify, so we know who they are, and advertisers can target the right audience at the right time and with the right feeling or occasion. For example, if you are doing a workout, that's a perfect time delivering an audio message to motivate the user with your product, service, or anything with the right message. So it has to be personalized. So with Spotify, we believe in tailor-made messaging because our data points allow to do so. So being occasional, personal, I can say, is the key for the success at Spotify advertising.
Absolutely. I can even imagine what kind of data points you have in Spotify. Must be very, very interesting.
Yes, many different data points, as you mentioned.
Absolutely, and especially now when you have so many countries including, that would be really interesting to dig a little bit deeper. I'm a big fan of podcasts, so you expanded into podcasting. How does company monetize podcasts, and what opportunities does this diversification present for the business?
Sure. So Spotify's expansion into podcasting wasn't just a strategic move. It's like a thrilling journey that has solidified its position as the unrivaled leader in the audio streaming and content creation industry. So we offer exclusive content, including original podcasts and early access to specific episodes. And also, we are now offering subscriber-only experiences as part of our podcasting strategy. So the opportunities that arise from this diversification actually are substantial. So the growth of podcasting presents a fertile ground for advertisers as well. With the right targeting and creative approach, brands can effectively reach their audience in a less crowded and more personal space, as I mentioned earlier, being much more personal space with the help of podcasting, compared to the traditional advertising channels. So in essence, Spotify's adventure in the podcasting is just starting at the moment, and it's just more than having more profit or having more revenues. It's about shaping the future of audio content.
Yeah. Podcasting is definitely the future of audio content. I really can see that even myself everywhere around me. But let's go a little bit back to data, because I think that part is extremely important and interesting with Spotify. Data and analytics are essential in understanding user behavior and preferences. So how does Spotify use data and user insights to enhance its services and make informed business decisions?
Certainly. So data and user insights are essential to cornerstones of Spotify operations, actually. We rely on this information to offer personalized and engaging user experience. So our data-driven approach starts with understanding user behavior and preferences. We use this data to create tailored playlists, provide content recommendations that aligns each user's unique musical taste. I'm pretty sure that you are familiar with Discover Weekly, for example. So Discover Weekly playlist in its core, it's aiming to be the most personalized and most creative playlist or content that you can reach via fingertips, because that works as every Monday, the songs that you may love but you never heard before comes as a new playlist. And this is for all Spotify users. Like, there's no Discover Weekly playlist that match the same for any user in the world. So this is, I can say, Spotify's core. So creativity and data, and Discover playlist, for example, is a great example of that. So moreover, the data doesn't just enhance the user experience, because it guides our broader business decisions. For example, when we want to acquire a content, the data insights help us to identify trending and popular music, ensuring that our libraries always stay fresh and relevant. So this data-driven strategy actually helps us remain at the forefront of the music streaming industry.
Yeah, I mean, discovery of music is probably the hardest thing to crack, right? Because that's actually where the key change of the industry is happening. I'm also interested in user-generated content. How does Spotify view the role of user-generated content, such as playlist, user recommendation, in shaping the platform's content and user experience, of course?
Mm-hmm. So at Spotify, we hold user-generated content such as playlists and recommendations in high regard, as they are fundamental to shaping our platform's content and enriching user experience, as I have mentioned. So this user data comprises an extensive collection of insights into user preferences, behaviors, listening history, and interactions with the platform. Actually, our user-generated content is a linchpin in our approach to personalization as well. So it plays a pivotal role in enhancing the user experience by enabling us to fine-tune our recommendation models. So user-generated content, again, is at the heart of our mission to make Spotify, to make it like your go-to destination for the perfect music experience.
We see Spotify as a tech company, and we see Spotify as a very innovative company. And technology and innovation are driving forces in the streaming industry that is developing rapidly at the moment. So what are some of technological innovations or development that Spotify is currently investing in or exploring?
So I assume it's no surprise that I will talk about AI now, which is the hot topic globally. This reminds me the day when I first started my career, actually. That was the time that mobile is the king. It's in advertising industry, in technology, everyone was talking about mobile. I feel like now we are in the era of AI, and which is crucial for Spotify as well. So all the brands, all the companies are trying to figure out their AI strategy, and that's a space actually where we are building experience for years. So if you think about the last decade or so, machine learning is driving the products that you listen on Spotify, for example, whether it's Discover Weekly or whether it's Wrapped that hopefully will come out soon, that everyone waits for at the end of the year. And that's clearly driven by the way that we are really personalizing that experience for all our users too as well. When it comes to AI, for example, that's something we are very, very excited about. Clearly, we are at a stage where it's about exploration. We really need to understand what impacts it could have. But what we definitely see is that there could be a real strength of AI to support creators as well. I think that's a really key component for us as a platform and as an organization.
Yeah, it's definitely hard to avoid AI these days, but it really seems natural for Spotify to use AI. One of Spotify's key messages is that digital audio offers an immersed audience. Could you elaborate a bit more? What does that mean?
Of course. So, for example, we recently shared our Sonic Science 2.0 research study, which look at how Spotify's deep levels of personalization and interactivity to make it a highly engaging, emotionally provoking and memorable medium, which is much more than TV, digital video, and social media. So in our advertising website, you can go and reach out to research, because it's very interesting that...
So it's open for public. Sorry to interrupt. It's open to public?
Yes, exactly. It's on our website. They can find it on news.spotify.com and download the study. The study focuses on how music and our emotions simultaneously works together. So how music impacts our emotions, and it's a very, very interesting study. To give more context, like from this latest study, that provide concrete evidence of how Spotify, for example, enhances the daily lives of listeners, and how brands connect with audiences in their most meaningful and immersed moments. Spotify listeners are bringing audio into their lives for more than 2.4 hours every day. This is the global average time spent for a user that spends per day. So when you compare it to any other digital platforms, there is no other platform can reach to this engagement numbers actually. So this can be either from walking to reading to cooking, studying, sleeping, working out, spending time with your kids, or while you are driving. So when you look at the occasions and the moments of people's lives, the opportunity for advertisers to reach with the right message are really limitless. So when we look at the study, that also shows the increase in digital audio consumption, the influx of new content, and undeniable audience engagement it delivers. I can really say that digital audio is really taking the center stage of digital advertising.
Absolutely. That study and other studies are also available on the same place.
Yes. So if they search for Spotify advertising website, they will be able to see many different research studies, contexts on audio, and case studies as well.
Okay, I would love to share that with our audience, so we're going to have that in comments to anybody who will be listening. Okay, I have just one more question because we have to slowly get to the end, but I would like to know, do you have any tips on how to get started with digital audio?
Of course. So there are a few points that we advise advertisers focus on to create a successful audio spot. For example, the first one is the context matters. So you should consider who will listen to your ads. The best ads consider if the listener is a runner, a food lover, or someone who is just trying to sleep. For example, you don't want to give a very noisy message that a person wants to sleep while they are listening to their sleeping playlist. So we need to be really careful about the occasion, because it's very, very personal. And we need to make the message match the mood. So the other thing is keep it conversational. So listeners should feel like they are hearing about the product from a friend. Try to infuse personality or humor where possible. So you need to talk like human, not like a brand. And staying on message is another key thing. So focus on the single most important point of your ad, because your space is limited, to also keep the user experience at the best place. So if there are multiple messages to communicate, maybe considering creating different spots to deliver one point at a time would be much more effective. The other thing is, like, time is really precious. So a slow cadence and well-timed pauses helps listeners absorb more information. So we advise on the creators, advertising audio spot creators, to have a script of not more than 60 words for 30 seconds, for example. So using a few words to make your points will be, again, much more effective. And lastly, showing listeners the way. So giving listeners a next step or destination using a call to action would create a much better impact when you design your audio ads. So as a result, like, I can say that ending the message with a call to action is a key for creating a successful audio spot.
Yeah, thank you very much. I must say that audio definitely is my main content that I consume recently. I even listen to audiobooks on Spotify.
Glad to hear that.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm really happy that you included audiobooks also. Thank you so much. Thank you for supporting SoMoBorac. Thank to our audience. See you all in Zagreb on November 17th in Tvornica Kulture.
Thank you. It was my pleasure.
Thank you, and hope to see you in Zagreb someday.
Thank you. Hopefully. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye. Hvala svima i vidimo se u Tvornici Kulture.